Hey guys, this video is going to be a lot different than I normally do. No airplanes in this video except for this one. Meow. Basically what I'm doing is I can't even believe that I have 982 subscribers as of the filming of this, and I would have never thought that getting anywhere near 1,000 subscribers would even be possible for somebody who just flies around in a plane, you know. I know there's a lot of people who do it and have a lot of subscribers, but you know, they have different content. Their stuff is more like, I don't know, more detailed probably, or I don't know. But regardless, I appreciate anybody who's subscribed, and so I wanted to do like a giveaway. Nothing too crazy, but a few years back in 2018, I picked up a hobby of routing signs by hand. Obviously nowadays people are using CNC for everything, but you know, doing something by hand is kind of a little more personal, and I thought it'd be cool to like make a sign that, you know, I could give away to somebody on here. So that's what I'm gonna do today. So I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna make that sign and what the sign's gonna be. Full disclosure, I haven't actually I cut a sign yesterday or a couple days ago, but I've only done like maybe 30 signs in the whole time I've done sign carving. And then I'm not the best. I'm not claiming to be the best. You're not, you know, if you decide to enter this to get this, you know, you're not getting some piece of art that my camera screen keeps going off, but you're not getting some grand piece of art that's going to be worth millions of dollars. It's just, you know, some pine. And I'll show you guys an example. The one I did the other day, that's the Challenger one. I was thinking about making kind of another one like this, or maybe even just giving this one away, but then I started thinking, well, maybe people won't want a Challenger one because not everybody who watches this is a Challenger owner, and some of you are. Some of you just watch it for the fact that I'm flying the airplane and doing stuff with the boys. So one thing you are gonna have to stick with is this, because it's the only template I have. So that's what the sign's going to be. I was thinking, I'll aim this down a little bit here. Actually, here, I'll just do it like this. I was thinking about doing a sign with, this is a large piece of pine, and I was thinking about doing a sign with this. At first I was going to do the Challenger with that and nothing else really, and cut it down kind of like that sign. But then I thought, well, maybe I should do a camping scene. So I'm still kind of on the fence. I actually haven't even really made the decision on what to do yet. I'm just kind of winging it at this point. But once I figure it out, I can lay out my templates and then spray it so that I can then take my router. And you see I've got this little bits in there. I think that's a 60 in there now. And cut the sign. So that was one option. The other option I had was to just cut the airplane out kind of like this one here and do a chamfer like this around the outside, but do a sky. I'm not an artist with paint, but I did test this earlier. This is oil paint and this is water-based paint, and I'm thinking I can make a pretty cool sky with that. So I'm thinking of possibly cutting the airplane out and then doing the rest like darker blue up here and then kind of lightening it up down here and maybe putting some clouds in there. I'm still trying to figure that out as we're literally talking about it. So anyways, that's the plan. Sorry for this lighting. Yes, I'm 39, so I'm thin hair, okay? But yeah, and ignore everything behind you. It's a disaster in here right now. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. So I'm gonna show you guys how I do it. And that's why I have this on. I feel like one of those fishermen, like a YouTube fisherman. But so yeah, this will be on, and you'll be able to see it. I might mount this one. I have this claw here. I might mount that down to where it can see everything too. And then I'll speed it up so we don't have to spend a bunch of time here. But to win this, if you are interested in it, you might not be. Maybe nobody will see this video. I don't know. I'm assuming it won't be too many people, so you'll probably have a pretty good chance of winning it. Just comment, like the post, be subscribed, and just say, hey, I want the sign, or, you know, whatever. The other thing is, if you want to comment and you don't want the sign that I make, I have a lot of different words, like letters. Like I just, my buddy Eric just sent me this new 2-inch square font, and this is like how Cessna, the logo, and Piper are out of like square font. And I have a lot of different templates. Halloween's passed, Christmas is probably be up too soon. But I have like patriotic, this truck. I can do any letters, words, mixtures. Actually, I'll show you here. Like, this is a sign that I made. It's like a family, you know, husband, wife, baby, and then put baby prints in there. I don't know if you can tell, but you know, I use the router and I just carve this out, and then so that's all carved down, and then you know, paint it and clear coat it and all that good stuff. So if you don't want, what I was saying is, if you don't want the sign I'm making or that Challenger sign, if you're, or whatever, I can make like put the Challenger and put your, or put your tail number and the word of, you know, like Cessna or whatever type of airplane you have. Gosh, this light is really bright. Let me see what it looks like here. Yeah, well now I feel like you can't see me. But yeah, so I can put anything in there. I can, you know, if you want a custom sound like that. So yeah, that's what this video is about. It's just thanking you guys for subscribing, hopefully getting some more subscribers. It'd be really cool to get to 1,000. I never would have thought that I'd have a YouTube channel that even has that many subscribers, and I know that after 1,000 you can start monetizing, which it's like nothing at 1,000, but that's a really cool thought process, because also I plan on getting my CFI for sport, for getting sport license, and one of my thought processes with my videos is to document, you know, students and show and get people comfortable with flying LSA, Fat Ultralight, those type of aircraft. A lot of people reach out to me. I have probably anywhere from 10 to 15 that have already reached out to me because they want to buy Challengers, and I'm not, and for the record, I don't claim to be an expert in Challengers or anything like that. I just love flying my Challenger, and I think I'm pretty good at it, and I'm comfortable with it. So if I can get my CFI and help somebody else gain that, then that's awesome, and that would make me happy too. So and it would be a job, so I'm currently unemployed, and being a CFI would be pretty awesome, I think, and not something I ever really thought I would do. But now that, like I said earlier, I'm 39, and I'm like, I want to do something I enjoy, and I enjoy flying. That's pretty much, other than being with my kids, it's the only thing I enjoy. So I'm going to get the camera set up and yeah, make a video of me carving this sign, and I still have to decide. I don't know, I'll figure it out in between now and the end whether I'm going to do the sky or the camping scene. So I really love doing the fire, because I feel like I do a really good job of blending colors for making the fire. So all right, here we go. All right guys, I have decided to do the sky version. So I'm gonna do this. For starters, you have to put primer over it so that you have this is a template, so I can pull my template off, and then I'm going to cut that out. But first I'm going to chamfer the ends here, and then we're going to have blue sky. So it'll be the Challenger, you know, the airplane, and the blue sky, and then it'll have an outline in black. You'll see here in this next few processes. So anyways, now I'm just gonna, I wanted those two knots to be like, I thought those looked pretty cool, and this will all be cut out and that won't be, so that'll be nice. And actually I guess I have to paint it blue, huh? Well, I don't know, we'll figure it out, but either way it's kind of in the middle there. And because these templates are just balsa wood, I've broken the prop off, so I have to kind of make sure I take that off when I do that. So yeah, so let me put my template here. And this is just black primer. I hope my buddy Eric watches this and realizes I put too much on there and then yells at me about it. Actually, I wanted to say that too. Actually, I'll show you here, look. See, now I have something to cut from, and I have to let it dry before I cut it, but I was gonna say the only reason I know how to do this stuff is because one of my closest friends, Eric, I like to tell people that I spent a year living with a master sign carver, and that's why I do this. But I also, at that master sign carver's house, his son Eric lived there too. So no, they're both master carvers, and unfortunately his dad Dave passed away during COVID, so that sucks. But Eric taught me, you know, he didn't spend a lot of time with me, bless his heart, but he showed me the basics. And he has a YouTube channel called Make a Wood Sign. Actually, it's called Old Dave 100. It has 3 names: Eric Roten, Old Dave 100, and makeawoodsign.com, or Make a Wood Sign. I think if you just put the words Make a Wood Sign in there, that it'll pop up. And he has like 50 some odd thousand subscribers, but one of my closest friends, I've known him for a very, very long time. I used to be a boat tour guide. I used to do, when I lived in Arizona, I was a tour guide on a boat that took people to the London Bridge. And we also had ground tours. One of our ground tours was to Oatman. And Oatman is a town where all the donkeys are, like on Route 66. And so one day I got stuck doing that gig because we didn't have enough employees. And yeah, so I met Eric there, and he had this little like kiosk set up with all these signs made, Route 66, and he was just literally sitting there just going to town carving signs, like obviously his are way nicer than mine. And that was back in like 2009 or 2010. So I've known Eric a long time. So if you are watching this and you care and you want to learn how to do this the right way, go to his channel. Makeawoodsign.com is his website. And actually on their website you can buy, it's the only place you can buy these. This is like the makeawoodsign.com is in there, but they sell these plates, and the plates are all custom to each router. Like this one's obviously for DeWalt, and that one's for Rigid, and you know there's other ones too. They sell all those. They can make templates, and they sell all those templates. And basically they sell anything that you would need to do this if you're curious about getting involved in hand cutting signs. I want to start doing a lot more of them, especially aviation related stuff. It'd be cool to make money doing it somehow, but I haven't really figured that out yet. I'm not like an internet person, so the Etsy stuff I haven't really figured out. But anyways, I'm just waiting for this to dry. Once this dries, we'll get cutting. I don't know if this is working or not. I think it is, yeah. Well, I had to steal my chest mount to mount onto my claw, so now we're down to one camera. I'm gonna start with doing my chamfer, which basically that is just this edge that's in an angle. I probably should have done that differently, but it works. You know, when you're working with pine, this is Home Depot pine, so it's not exactly the best stuff in the world. But I think I'm ready to start carving now. The cool thing about these plates is that, you know, you can see through there as you're doing this. So that's, if you had just the stock one that came with it, you wouldn't really be able to do that. So that's another cool thing about it. All right, now you can see how it's just cut down. The whole point of cutting it down is so that you can, when you sand this all off, all the black paint stays in there. And if for some reason it doesn't, have a little Sharpie. So now the next step is to paint the black in here and around the chamfered edge. And then after that dries, then we sand it, and then we attempt to make our sky. I'm going to attempt to, I'm not an artist, but I'm going to attempt to do the sky. I think that'd be really cool. The only parts I'm nervous about is in here. So I don't know if that's going to get done or not. That might just stay wood. I don't really know. I have to look at it and see what it looks like. Also, I want to point out that, you know, this is a really large sign. Like, let me see, that's 18 inches. This is probably like 25 inches or something. So if you're into like aviation art or something, it might be kind of a cool thing. Eric's son Ryan just did a video about how he oversprays on the inside, and I used to get in trouble for that too, so I hope Eric is cringing as he's watching this. But one reason I'm not worried about overspraying on this sign is because I am painting the sign, so it's okay if some of the paint, the black paint, stains the wood, because I'm just going to be painting it anyways. So it doesn't really matter too much. Those two sprays were for you, Eric. So I'm going to start sanding it now. I'm going to start with a 60. And then I'm going to work my way over to a 120. Now I'm going to switch to the 120. So most sign carvers would just clean this off, and then from here they would be done. They would clear coat it. As you can see, I didn't go low enough on some of these, so a lot of it sanded off. But that's where we're going to use our Sharpie. So. And since we're not making a regular sign, we are going to do our sky. I was experimenting with some trees too, but we're not going to do that. Maybe on a different sign. I'm not, you know, I like art stuff, but I'm not the most artistic person. So I'm going to get my paint ready. Well, first I'm going to do the black and get all that done. And then we're going to do the sky. I'm nervous. Okay, cool. Be quiet. All right, so now I'm trying to get this done with my son driving me nuts. But I'm going to actually clear coat this. Because what'll happen is when I paint, I just watched a video of Make a Wood Sign of Eric and Ryan. And so Ryan was saying if you clear coat over it, then you could paint over the clear coat. And if you get some of the paint in there or on here, then it's not as bad. Bye, Felicia. So here we go. This is actually the reason I'm filming this part is because it's usually the cool part where it makes the sign look really awesome. It's coming out pretty thick. It's also an old can. Probably had this can since, you know, 2018. This was just part of my sign cutting stuff. So I don't know. I don't know if it goes bad or what. All right, guys, day 2. I'm back. Got the chest strap on. Got the German Shepherd dogs. And yeah, I'm gonna do the scary part now, and I'm going to paint the sign. So basically what I'm going for is kind of like what I had over here, minus the trees but the sky. So do a darker blue up here and then kind of lighten it up as it comes down here. And the biggest thing I have to decide is whether I'm going to do in here or not. But anyways, I have a few coats of clear on here, and now I'm gonna get this going. All right, guys, I did not film finishing up the paint because it was, I don't know, I'm not an artist like I told you guys. I'm just somebody who's making a sign here. So I would like to think that I can do better and do more artsy type stuff, but I'm gonna clear coat this and call it. This thing will be done. So again, I'll say if you want this or some type of sign, just comment in the comments. Just say like, hey, I want the sign or a sign or whatever, and I will make you, if you're the winner, I will either make you a sign, or you can have this sign, or you can have that Challenger sign over there or whatever. I just appreciate you guys. Getting to 1,000 is not something I ever thought would actually happen. So yeah, if you want this, just comment in the comments. If you want to learn how to make these signs, then go to makeawoodsign.com or go to Eric's channel, and he teaches you step by step how to do this stuff better than I did. And you can get way better than this. This is just me as a amateur doing this. So anyways, guys, appreciate it. If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, share, and comment. And if you don't want the sign, just drop a comment anyways. Let me know what you think of my channel. It all helps the algorithm. Thanks, guys.